Hey everybody, it's Pancake Man. Welcome to a top 5 list here on the Game Channel. Last time we did a list, it was for Splatoon 2 and Splatfest Ideas. And this time, since the holiday season, Christmas is coming up, we are going to do a list on our favorite winter-themed levels in video games. I am Pancake Man, and today I am joined by...
Hello everybody, I'm Ziddy here to you.
Yeah. And sorry if the voices aren't up to par to what you normally hear. We're trying a new way of recording, so sorry if your ears bleed. We'll put a we'll put a ear bleed warning on the screen.
Whoever edits this video, you're fired if you don't do that. And that's for me.
Yeah, and then you're automatically fired if you're you.
Oh!
Hey, I'm just saying, man. Alright, let's start off the list with our number 5.
So how does this work? You talk first, I talk first?
I'm sorry, what?
How does this work? You talk first, I talk first?
You can go first. We go number
Alright.
5, then we say our opinion on it, and then, like we normally do.
Alright. My number 5 would be Freezy Peak from Banjo-Kazooie. I don't have a whole lot of experience with the Banjo games, but this is a level that I instantly fell in love with when I first played it, and I think it's really fitting for this video in particular because it's Christmas themed and just everything around Freezy Peak screams out the holiday season, and there's like a giant snowman and a giant Christmas tree, and it's just all so good. I just really love it, and the music there is awesome.
I've never played Banjo-Kazooie. I know, big shock. Okay, sorry for the confusion in my words, but I thought my voice recorder stopped real quick. But it didn't. Okay. Yeah, I want to play Banjo-Kazooie because of Ukulele coming out on the Switch and all that. After the holidays, I am planning on getting an N64 and Banjo-Kazooie and Tooie. Maybe I'll get a chance to play those levels. But excuse me. But for right now, I don't really have an opinion on that. Brings me to my number 5. My number 5 is The Distant Tundra from Pikmin 3. The Distant Tundra is a really, really awesome level area in Pikmin 3. I like snow levels in general in games. They always make them look pretty, and The Distant Tundra is no exception. It's like the prettiest snow level in the Pikmin series, and I just like it. It's definitely a place where you might want to spend the holidays, as long as you have some Pikmin with you to defeat all the enemies. You don't want to get killed by the mutated hamster rabbits while you're there.
Yeah, I like the Distant Tundra. I'd say that's one of the better looking area levels in any Wii U game out there. I do have a slight complaint about it, but it's just not one hair boss fight enemy. But the rest of the Distant Tundra is really fun.
Yeah.
My number 4 is the Snow Kingdom from Super Mario Odyssey. I won't spoil a whole lot of things in this video. We won't go into spoilers for anything, especially for newer games. But I will say that this has my new favorite Mario species ever. It's hard not to say anything because pretty much everything I love about this happens after the story portion of it. But I will say even in the beginning of it, when it's all like a blizzard and things like that, it looks really beautiful, especially when you see the snow covering Mario himself, and just details like that are just really awesome. And it's definitely one of my favorite kingdoms in Super Mario Odyssey, which is saying a lot because I love literally every world in that game.
Yeah, I'm the only member of Game who still doesn't have a Switch, so thank you for not spoiling anything in that. I will say I've seen some screenshots of that area, and it does look pretty nice, but I won't know until I actually play the game. My number 4 is the Crystal Palace from Paper Mario. The Crystal Palace is the second to last area in the game where you get the last Star Spirit, and my god, is this place beautiful. I was originally going to put the whole entire city that you explore in this chapter as my number 5, but the Crystal Palace just beats it. It has amazing music that makes you feel like you're in some sort of horrific ice maze. It's really awesome. The puzzles are so cool. No pun intended. Um, and the boss fight is fairly easy, but it is pretty amazing of a boss fight. I mean, I was able to beat that boss with Goombario. That should give you a idea of how easy that boss fight is. But Crystal Palace is definitely my number 4, and that's definitely a place where you want Santa to come and give you presents.
Yay, presents!
Even though Christmas isn't really about presents, it's about family.
Wait, did you say family or money?
I said family. I said family.
I thought you said money for a moment.
Who am I, Donald Trump?
Okay, let's not get too political. Okay. I haven't played that far into the original Paper Mario. I'm still at the boss in the world prior to the Crystal Palace. I just haven't had the patience to try and go back and beat that guy, even though I have everything required to beat him. I just haven't gone back yet. But from what I've seen from Let's Plays and other things like that, it is a really nice looking area, and I'm kind of surprised that they were able to make something like that on the N64. Alright, that's basically everything I want to say. So my number 3 is I know I wanted to have a Tomb Raider level on this list somewhere, but I had a really hard time picking one. I ended up going with Kazakhstan from Tomb Raider Legend. This level, without going into too many spoilers for the story for those of you who haven't played the game yet, this level takes place in a Soviet laboratory in Kazakhstan, where you're looking for a piece of Excalibur. But you also have to power up all these mysterious devices that let you control giant magnets and things like that. It starts off on a really high note where you jump right in the middle of a giant firefight, and you go onto a motorcycle segment across the Kazakhstan mountainside chasing a train, and then you get into the laboratory to try to turn on the power. And oh my god, that boss fight in the end is so good. I just love that level so much.
I have not played any Tomb Raider game, so I really can't share my opinion on that. I'm sorry. I am a dirty sinner.
How dare you?
Now I can go on to my number 3 after sinning. I'm so sorry. I'm a disgrace to the Tomb Raider world. Whatever. My number 3 is Icarus City from Pokemon Black and White and Black and White 2. Now, Icarus City changes between what season you're playing. If it's in the summer or spring and fall, it's not going to have snow or anything. But in the winter, it is the most beautiful place in the Pokemon universe. In the winter, snow everywhere. The music is so really good. You know, and you can access a lot more fiends in the winter, like I think that's where you find the house of the X-Team Rocket members in Black and White, and where you find the house of the X-Team Aqua and Team Magma members in Black and White too. That place is just so amazing, so good in the winter. And if you haven't played Pokemon, or at least if you have and you haven't played those games, do. And if you do, play that area in the winter specifically, because you will not be disappointed.
Well, I can't say I've played that, but I could say that I'm looking forward to it on Joe Conroy's Let's Play.
Oh yeah, Charlie Conroy just announced he was doing Black and White at the same time. After game member James finishes his Pokemon White Let's Play.
Plot twist. James and Chuck Conroy are the same person.
Plot twist. Chuck Conroy is James from the dimension where James was named Emil.
Oh! Mind blown.
Shocker, isn't it?
Alright. My number 2, I went back and forth. We tried recording this last week, and since then I've been trying to decide between these 2 particular ones. But I think I'm going to change mine from what it originally was. I was originally going with Hebrew Region from Breath of the Wild, but I think I'm going to go with Valak Mountain from Xenoblade Chronicles. Because that has like my second favorite song in that entire game. And when you get into that mountainside, you just left from a story point where I won't spoil anything again, but you just left from a story point where like you think you're heading towards the final boss, but then something happens and you realize you're nowhere near done with the game, and you're starting to head off on it's kind of like a second journey, in a way, and there's so much to do on the mountain, and the ice physics are hilarious because you can barely press a button to thumbstick forward, and you go sliding like 50 feet, and you jump, and you go so far. It is so awesome, and the nighttime music is amazing, and the boss fight is awesome, and I just love that area. I'm sorry, Breath of the Wild, but Valak Mountain is my favorite yeah. Obviously not my number one favorite, but still.
Lord knows I didn't need any more spoilers for Xenoblade, because I just wish I didn't spoil that game for myself when Chug Conroy did his Let's Play of the game. Because only after I spoil myself do I realize how much of an amazing game that is. Thank you, past Pancake, for doing that to yourself. But whatever. My number 2 is The Forest of Festivity from Pikmin 3. Now, I know we already had a Pikmin area on this, but Forest of Festivity just screams Christmas. It's a DLC map for Pikmin 3, and it's just Christmas. That's the only word I can use to explain it. It's literally Christmas. That's literally the only reason it's number 2 on my list. I love playing through it because it's Christmas, and I love Christmas so much. And I know this is kind of a cop-out, but Forest of Festivity just screams Christmas.
Yeah, that's a really beautiful stage, and I really enjoy playing through that one. I can't really say that much, though, because I think I've only beaten it like once in my entire life. But yeah, that's a pretty fun mission mode stage. And my number 1 favorite is Winters from Earthbound. Earthbound is my favorite game of all time, and Winters was a very particularly special part of that game for me, because when I played through that game the first time, it was around Winters when I started to realize that this was like something special, and this wasn't just going to be like some other RPG. For me, this was going to be something that I'd remember for a long time. And when you first go through there and you're for the first time, Jeff is on his own, and it gives you plenty of time to figure out how he works, because he controls a bit differently than the other party members do. And then when you go through the second time, you're going to the Stonehenge base, which, despite my frustrations during my Let's Play, is actually one of my favorite parts of that game. The music is also really great, especially Snowman. And I could go on and on about how much I love Earthbound, but I don't want this to go on for too long. So, yeah, Pinkett can talk.
You know, I would have
Time's up.
Okay. You know, I would have... Okay. Yo, you remind me of that one person.
He was a Monopoly named.
Yeah, Voldemort. Okay. But anyways, I would have put Winters on here, but when I was making my list, I actually did not think of Earthbound at all, surprisingly. I guess it's because I took such a long break from it, I just forgot certain areas. But my number 1 is Snowpoint City from Pokemon Diamond, Pearl, and Platinum. Now, Snowpoint City is an amazing area in Pokemon Diamond, Pearl, and Platinum. Even though I don't really like Generation 4 that much because I think it's slow, the story is not as good as other games. You know, and definitely if you're going to play Generation 4, just play Platinum. It's definitely the better version of the 2 games, but Snowpoint City is just amazing. It has a lot of snow. Some shocker, I know. It's called Snowpoint City. It's just a well-constructed area. It's one of the better cities in that game, and it's always winter there, so you can play it Christmas. You know, you can play it any time during December, and it will feel like the holidays there. It has one of the better gym leaders in that game. What the? Okay. For a second there, I thought something happened. It has one of the better gym leaders in that game, and it has the the ice temple, where you can find Regigigas if you have Regice, Registeel, and Regirock. And let me tell you, it's funny to find out that in Platinum, Regigigas is only level 1. That was really funny. But anyways, that is my number one area. That is my number one snow area in games, in any game.
And I can't say that much because I haven't played that game.
Yeah. You know, some themes on this list might change as we play more games over the year, and hopefully next winter, next holiday season, we can do this again, make another list.
Yay! Hopefully James won't bail on us.
You know, make this a yearly theme.
Yeah, yearly traditions.
Anyways, that's gonna do it for this for this video on G.A.M.E. Like, subscribe, all that stuff, all that good stuff. I've been Pink Man, and he's been
Lady Ear to you.
Alright, let's get out of here.
Wow, I'm out.
You're a dork.